But right now, I want to turn our attention to the National Basketball Association quickly. Now, we know the rosters of all the teams, except there's still some players floating out there. One player that has not signed is a gentleman by the name of Dwyane Wade. He said that if he plays, he's going to play for the Heat, okay? Now, the Heat can only offer him a veteran minimum, which is 2.4, or the mid-level exception, taxpayer exception, which is $5.3 million. So he's not holding out, negotiating to get more money. He's either going to get 2.4 or 5.3, most likely the 5.3. Why hasn't he made his decision yet whether or not he's going to play?
2 words. Farewell tour.
Yes.
Okay? He's a 3-time champion, one of the greatest to do it, clearly a Hall of Famer. He left Miami, which I said on this program, and I said this to him, that I felt like it would be a mistake. You leave there, you messing with your chance to get a statue. Because it may be a long time before LeBron James' numbers hanging in Miami because he left the Mafia. And Pat Riley does not like that at all. So for D. Wade, he got a bigger offer from Denver, chose to go home to Chicago. He was throwing out the first pitch. It seemed like it was all good. Then a week ago happened.
Yep.
And before you know it, he wasn't in Chicago no more. He was in Cleveland. And what were we saying? He and LeBron are going to lead them to the finals. And what ends up happening? They trade 6 players.
Trade everybody.
Okay. They add 5 in 3 or 4 different deals. And he wasn't a part of the final
Kobe called LeBron and was like, we're going to trade Dwyane. Do you mind? He was like, I'm good with that.
Correct.
I'm fine.
And so now that he's back in Miami, where he deserves all of the accolades that he's going to get this year, it should be about celebrating the legacy of his great career as a member of the Miami Heat. Be a reserve. When the game's out of hand, you play limited minutes. You play around 20 to 24 minutes, in particular the second quarter and the fourth quarter to close out games, kind of like he did against Philly in the playoffs.
So here's a question. Does he come back because he wants the farewell tour? Does he want this let's stop the game and the standing ovation at the end and all of that? See, like Manu announces his retirement in the offseason and he's not going to get the farewell tour. Does Dwyane Wade come back because he wants the farewell tour?
No, we see this in baseball right now from a pitcher with the Mets coming back from an injury. And so what ends up happening for anybody that's seen paid in full, it's like, Mitch, I love the game. That's why you come back, because you love the game. And a lot of people can't determine when it's over. Like, I couldn't determine when it was over. Like, you think I knew when I went to Phoenix I was going to get DMPs? I wouldn't have gone there.
Retired. You still haven't
and I still
retired.
haven't retired.
And just for the record, it's David Wright, and he's not a pitcher, but move on.
David Wright, exactly. So my point, though, for Dwyane Wade is he deserves a farewell tour. He's going to get a farewell tour, and you should come back and be adored for all of the great things that you've accomplished. Plus, get a chance to play the game you love, be a mentor in Miami, and play on the big stage.
Is he worth more than $5.3 million? Sure. But is $5.3 million something you should just, look over? No, that's $5.3 million. Why not?